How far now? How you doing? Irabo Michael, hope you will rule us well. I don't know. I'll let you be that judge. You understand? I don't know, Irabo. I don't know if I will rule you well, but I will let you be that judge based on what we have already done in the past, based on consistency. All right, based on 8 years ago when we had a dream. All right, so you go back and look at our work, then you decide. Compare that to every other candidate or aspirants who have not done even 1/10 of what we have done. Compare that to your House of Rep members, your senators who get consequences allowance money, big money. They pay them 25 million naira. Representative in Nigeria, a local government, Oredo, all these persons, they pay them 25 million naira as base salary. 25 million naira. I didn't say 25,000 or 250,000. The base representative, Nigeria representative, 25 million naira a month, minus other allowances. They will not give them consequence project money. Here's the money, go and do a project in your community. So you can compare me to them. All right? What we have raised at the God Sent Foundation in the last 4 years, in the last 4 years, the amount of money we have used to do our good is not up to 4 months of House of Rep member salary. It's not up to 4 months. In 4 years, all the good we have done, so many of it, from building houses, hospital bills, shelter, food kitchen, so much we have done, is not up to 100 million. And representative in 25 million a month. That's about 100 million in 4 months. So you understand? So everybody that would think that I cannot be a good governor must be very, very sick. You must be very, very sick and stupid if you think that I cannot be a good governor. Looking at our past incidents, the things we have done, go back and look at it. We have been consistent even when they pushed us to fail. Politically and spiritually, naturally. You saw it in the past. I'm not talking to my brother Irabo. You saw it in the past how so many persons were paid to try to discourage us from our work. I was not getting paid. People were paid to discourage us, but we kept on. We had so many reasons to call it quits, but we kept on. So you use that to judge me and think of for yourself that if this man, Dion Osagie, who has the opportunity to live in one of the best countries in the world, has been this consistent for the past 7 years. I shot a video on Facebook. I brought that video out because we are going to use it, where I talked about every single thing that we are doing today. On this video, if you have not seen it, go and watch it. Look, that's me. It's unbelievable, right?
West Africa, a city called Benin in Edo State.
All right, it's unbelievable that a young man 8 years ago was thinking about creating a school in the future. It is unbelievable to so many lazy people who think that dreams are not achievable. It is unbelievable for a young man like Dion Osagie. All right, this is me.
I am from Nigeria, West Africa, a city called Benin.
This is me 7 years ago. I was dreaming of creating schools, empowering children through quality education. And guess what? 7, 8 years later, we created it. We created it. So realistically, for me, I have lived my dream. All right? Realistically, for me, I have lived my dream. I have lived my dream. I have created the things I envisioned many years ago. What is your dream? It's a question for each and every one of us. What is your dream? What are you planning to do in the next 5 years? What do you want to become in the next 10 years? If you're a young person and you don't have a plan for the next 5 years, it means that you are failing. If you are planning for only next year, okay, I don't marry. Next year I will buy one car. Then the following year I will born pikin. If your dream is short, then you have a very small dream. As young people, I really think it's important that we dream more, even if you cannot achieve it. But dream to the highest level. Dream the best. That even when that best is not good, you will still fall below the best. Because when you are dreaming high, when you are aiming high, it means that you are going to work 3 times as hard than aiming low. For example, I just read from one of my brother here, said, I will advise you to go for a senator. No, because we are already doing more than what senators are doing. All right? That's a very bad advice if you ask me. You cannot ask me to go for a senator when I am already working as an individual more than a senator. Let's face facts. Let's not be sentimental. You cannot advise me to become a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria when what I'm currently doing as an individual, an organization that I created from day one, is already doing more than what the senator is doing. Despite that, the senators are well paid. In all the senators in Edo State, my work is more than their work. I attend to the needs of the people more than them. That's a fact. The facts are there. It's obvious, guys. You need to find a way to love me more, man. Because I believe that I'm a blessing and truly God sent to the Edo people. All right? Look at all the senators we have. Just take your time and do a research on them. Do you know that they pay senator more than 30 million naira to defend you? 30 million naira. Do you know what 30 million naira can do for the people of a local government? Do you know what 30 million can do in Oredo? Uplifting the people? Are you aware with just 100,000 naira, you can set up a woman and she'll be okay? We have done it many times. Alright? So I cannot be a senator. I think that I fit the post of a governor, and I've challenged myself to become the next governor of Edo State. You don't have to believe it. Because when you look at our work is making Edo great every day. Alright? Our work is making Edo greater. Even if we wake up one day and help a woman pay her rent for a year, it's a development. If we wake up one day and send one person, if the entire body of God Sent Foundation send one person to school, it's a development. If all our work so far in Edo State was to remove a child, just one child like Osamu Diame, who is now attending one of the best schools in Edo State, Word of Faith, if all my members around the world, if the only project we are doing was to send Osamu Diame to school, it's a huge one. We have other young people like Osamu Diame who are attending great schools like Pioneer, who are enrolled in WAEC. We have a free school that is currently sponsoring 153 children. A big shout out to Mary Stacy in Torino, who have adopted 2 children there. We have all these initiatives. If a single man, one man like Osagie can create an initiative that can create a free school that is giving education to over 150 children, imagine what I can do as a governor. All right. Same goes with all the big pastors in Nigeria. What are you doing? You have churches, you build schools, private schools, very expensive. Your members cannot attend to. All right, there's nothing wrong with doing business with your school, but also create a platform. Word of Faith can have a free school now. They can afford it. Word of Faith can afford a free school. Yeah, Word of Faith can afford a free school that give free classes or free tuitions to 1,000 students. Winners can do the same thing. Assemblies can do the same thing. Christ Choosing can do the same thing. They cannot do this. The church cannot say they don't have the money, because they do. If the church say they don't have the money, they are members of that church. They are winners members from Edo State who are billionaires who can donate a free school. And guess what? They are young people, young graduates who are willing to teach for just 30,000 naira a month. A member of Winner can say, you know what, I will pay salary of 100 teachers. It's achievable. A member of Winners Church, a member of Church of God Mission, a member of Redeem, or all these big churches can say, you know what, I will pay salary of 100 children or 100 teachers at 30,000 naira a month. That's less than 3 million. Salary of 100 teachers at 30,000 naira, which is the minimum wage, is just 3 million naira. If I'm right, I don't know, help me out. Or more. 30 million maybe, I don't know. But this is not a lot of money for many billionaires. So imagine all the churches come out to say, you know what, we need members of our church who can donate a free school to us. We need members of our church who can give us desk. We need members of our church who can volunteer to be a teacher, or who can pay teachers. There are so many ways to make things work. All right. So as a governor, I have got to find a way to enforce that. All those big churches in Edo State must give back to Edo State. If you're having a church and you're not using your tithe money effectively to create change in the community, then we are going to regulate you. We have got to force the churches to give back. All right. Churches need to start giving stimulus package. When you look at the issue of tithing in churches, I watched a video the other day from a man in UK, a pastor in UK, already calling for tithe online. I watched a video of a pastor in UK already calling their member, even during this coronavirus, where people who introduced Christianity are giving back. I read a message from my man in Canada. One of his organizations was sending him a message to make sure he's okay. If you need anything, I posted it on my page. You can go and look at it. I posted that on my page. You can go and look at it. A member of my foundation sent me, say, Baba, you don't see how country be. Organizations are already sending them messages. So you know what kind of help do you need? So I really think that it's our time, religious leaders, youths, the elites, any one of us should start contributing in developing our community, especially churches. Because if you look at tithing and you look at taxes, it's the same thing. Tax for government is tax. Tithes for churches is also tax. You are taxing the member to pay a certain amount of their income every single month, but you are not giving it back. You are not giving it back, which is wrong. So the government should find a way to regulate that. We should force churches every 4 months, give back to your members. Help the government to develop the community. There's nothing wrong with that. Recently, Church of God Mission, BIU, opened a school for 1 billion naira, donated by another church, Chris, what's his name? Is it Chris Brown, the one that fries hair? Chris Brown, or Christ Embassy Pastor, Chris, I don't know his full name. Alright, but donated 1 billion to Church of God Mission, which is a great thing to do. Alright? Now, Church of God Mission now built another an engineering faculty where people are going to attend and pay millions of naira. Alright? So what is wrong with the same pastor donating 200 million 100 million to build a free public school that will be managed by the same church. Christ Embassy can have Christ Embassy Free Church. OPM, all the OPM members agree to now. OPM agree to now. The only church that I truly see doing the work of God is OPM in Port Harcourt. I have his number, Dr. Chibuze. I tried to reach him many times. Chibuze, yeah. I've tried to reach him many times. Apostle Chibuzo, OPM. I have his number here. I tried to reach him many times, but of course I understand when you are so busy, you can't attend to anybody. So for those of you who know him, let him know that Dion Osagie is one of his big fans. I so much appreciate him for every single act of kindness he has shown. Alright, so Nigerian pastors, we need to stop deceiving ourselves. Please, let's join hands together and help the people. Alright, let's continue to go. Alright, I for advise you. Okay, I don't answer your senator home, bro. Obaseki and the Godfather, they won ring this election. Alright, the election may not be ringable because we are involved in it. The election may not be ringable because we are involved in it. We are not going to allow it. Alright, we are not going to allow it. However way they want to do it, we are going to dig it out. Alright, I think we deserve a free and fair election. I just think that I will be a better governor than Obaseki. It's not something we have to. It's not. I see some comment there. Just go sit down. Who you be? You know they think because I have a dream means that you have to fight me because your support goes to somebody else. No, you don't have to fight people who have a dream. You don't have to fight people who are willing to compete. You encourage them. All right. If Obaseki is a better governor, then it means that he's going to win me. If I can convince the people that Obaseki have not done enough, then I'm going to win. It's just as simple. We should not be something we fight about. Alright? I want a better day for my people. I mean, the facts are there. When we started this work 7 years ago, nobody knew Obaseki. Did you know Obaseki 4 years ago? I did not. Alright? I have started investing in Edo people. I have started planning for Edo people before Obaseki even thought of becoming a governor. I really think that Obaseki was not meant to be a governor. But so many projects happened in Edo State where billions of nairas were collected as loans, as grants for several projects. And information reaching us that it was Obaseki's company that went ahead and facilitated for those loans, for those grants. Understand? So I think and he was the head of the economic team. Obaseki was the head of economic team. Meaning that anything that goes on in Edo State has to go, that will improve the economy, it has to go through Obaseki office. And the same governor have not been able to tell us that 10 billion was invested in specialist hospital, central hospital in Benin, and still not open after 4 years in office. That is enough for any sensible person to say, you know what, I cannot vote. It's enough reason, yeah. If for 8 years now, because for the last 4 years he was working with Oshomole, they did the central hospital together as the head of economic team. It was a part of the deal. All right, he knew everything that happened to the central hospital billing, 10 billion naira, and he became a governor. And it's almost 4 years now. The same governor have not been able to tell us what happened to central hospital. Why is it not in full capacity? After investing 10 billion in an hospital, you are telling me that the hospital still don't have equipment. You are telling me that the hospital don't even have a machine. 10 billion, guys. 10 billion. They just take the money, right? As overestimated projects. Do you know what's 10 billion, guys? Not a think at all. Let's start to think. Nobody is being sentimental. I am not a critic, but it's my right as an Edo person to know what's happening in my state. I am not talking because I hate Obaseki. I am not talking because I am Dion Osagie. I am talking for every Edo citizen because I have the voice. I have the voice. Yes, I have the voice to be able to speak up. I know the organizations I belong to. I know the international lawyers I have. I know that I am an American citizen. Many of you have the voice, but you can't speak. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not being able to talk, because if you talk, they may lock you up and charge you with treason. Alright? So, but we must continue to tell ourselves the truth that there is no way the central hospital building that is at Green Road will cost over 1 billion to build it. Do you know what's 1 billion? 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, 500 million, 600 million, 700 million, 800 million, 900 million, 1 billion. You have 10, 100 million in 1 billion. That house that is built with glass, that thing cannot pass 1 billion. Now let's assume that building cost 1 billion. All right, let's assume that building cost 1 billion. Do you think all this equipment you see in Europe hospitals, when they will put one here, all the thing will they read, do you think it can be more than 2 billion to get everything that will fit in that hospital? Be real with yourself. Those equipment you see, go online and check. X-ray machine is there, cardio machine, all the machines that you know that the hospital need. Go and search the price, multiply it. When you search the price, multiply it by 20. Get 20 of every equipment that is in the hospital and see that it is not even up to 2 billion. Now 7 billion extra, 7.7 billion, 10 billion. This place is still not open, and you are telling me that I should vote. If God, Obasanjo can come out and tell us this is what happened to Central Hospital, I may likely withdraw my case. I may likely withdraw my race. I may likely support him, but he has not been accountable to us. He has not been credible enough as a technocrat governor. Because if you truly do not support the last administration, you should be able to tell us how the last administration spent Edo people money. That should be a good defense. That should be a good defense for every Edo citizen to say, you know what, the last administration did this building with 10 billion. It was not enough. This is the real amount. I mean, everybody will love that. Let's be fair to ourselves. If you go to the water storm project and it's still not finished right now, people in the local government by power line, a lot of houses are falling in that area. When it rains, people die in there all day. The government have put the people at risk. The government of Edo State have put the citizens at risk. In a developed society, the government is supposed to be sued. The people living in that community do not know their rights. If the government puts you in danger, you have the right to sue the government. Yes. But the people are not aware of the so many rights that is with them, but they are so they are backlogged. Imagine a state road, a federal road. If you go to Ugbowo area by Wasota Junction, state road, federal road that is going on, you see in the middle of the road there's an open gutter. You that is shouting talk bar in Europe, in America. When was the last time you saw the open gutter in any of your neighborhood, even to the door of your house? Do you see where the water passes? Imagine in New Lagos Road. There's the access road, there's the main road. Look at the access road. There's gutter. People have to put a wood across it to cross. If you are familiar with that area, you know what I'm talking about. Go to New Lagos Road from, let's say, from Wasota Junction all the way to maybe Uselushe. You see there's a gutter that is not covered. People go through here all the time, even in front of Uselu markets. Even in front of the Uselu market, there are gutters that is not covered. They are putting the lives of the citizens at risk. Alright, even if this project was not done during the government, this current regime, the government should call the contractors to order. The government should call the contractor to order. Look, you are putting my people at risk. This is a new market. You have gutters open. People have to put like a wood just to cross. This is a big failure. So my people, our anger is not that we don't love the governor of Edo State, Governor Obasanjo. I really think he's a great man. I have never insulted him publicly. I just don't agree with his policies. I just don't agree that it is more important to renovate Ogbe Stadium than to give food to the people. I don't agree. I don't agree that Ogbe Stadium is a priority. I think the basics is the priority, and that's my belief. I believe that there are people who are almost dying that need to be rescued. There are people who cannot eat today that need to be rescued. I think that there are many homeless children that need to leave the streets. So I think that's a priority. You understand? So we think differently, we see things differently. I really think I'll be a better governor, and Obasanjo can congratulate me later. Alright, so let's go forward. Okay, so some person says that Dion, only 1,000 or 200 or 400 persons will vote for you. Hey, if only me vote for myself, I'm happy. I mean, that's a fact. If on election day I am the only one that vote for myself, then I'm happy. I've been able to also send a message. So for me, I'm never going to lose. It's a win-win for me. It's a win-win because even if I win or lose, if I lose, I have been able to show the lazy youths who collect change that you too can run to become a governor. There's no better message than that. Even if I lose as the next governor of Edo State, I have been able to show our youths, our lazy youths who continue to shout left and right, who have not contributed nothing to the development of Edo State. All they know is bad data, come online, write long letter, hey, talk back. I would have sent a very good message. You are supporting your governor. I really think that the number one supporter of Governor Obasekie in Edo State today is me. I really think that the number one supporter of Governor Obasekie in Edo State today is me. And you may ask me why. Ask me why. Yeah. I really believe that. I really believe that I support Governor Obasekie more than any other youth in Edo State. Why? Why? Because every day my work reflects hope. Yes, every day my work in Edo State reflects hope for the people. If Edo State is beautiful today through our work, it's an accolade to the state governor. If there are more women suffering in Edo State, it is an accolade to the state governor. If more children are in school, it is an accolade for the state governor. If we renovated a school, it is an accolade to the state governor. So every good work you do in any state as an organization is a good look for the governor. So now let's talk about all those talkback group and co. What are they doing to show support to the governor? By social media attacks on people who have ambition, by putting cartoon characters of their opponents, by talking down on people. No, that's not the best way to support the governor. I really think that Governor Obasekie will like the kind of support that effect changes. If you ask me, I think Governor Obasekie loved me a lot. Governor Obasekie loved me a lot. But the problem is the people that are working around him continue to spoil our name because they know that once we are working, our work will put them to shame. Huh? Alright, so let's go further. Okay, let's talk to Ben Light. Ben Light, if you really believe and support Dion's dream today, it won't take you nothing to use his picture on. Of course, it will not. It will not, man. It will not. A lot of persons will never support you because they are just, not that they don't believe that you can do it, they just don't want you to be there. That happens everywhere in the world, including family. Including in family. Your family can be jealous that you are excelling. Your family can be jealous that you bought a new car. It has happened to me in so many areas. You have seen it even on social media. I don't think I'm a bad person. I think my work should define me. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm listening to the sound of generator. It's not easy to live in Nigeria. 99% of those young people who are shouting APC, this and this today, if they have an opportunity to leave this country, they may not come back. They may not come back. Nigeria is talking about distance, whatever, how do they call it? Distance. Giving each other distance. What about the people that are living on the streets? What about the people that are living, 10 people are living in one room? We have there with so many cases whereby 8 families are living in one room. Huh? What about the women that have to go out? Their only hope in Edo State is to go out every day to beg before they can feed their children. We have the cases. We have a whole lot of cases that we have dealt with at the God Sent Foundation that, man, you will know that people are suffering in Nigeria, in Edo State. I always use Edo State as a case study because it's where I am more familiar with. Alright, so like these women, you see here, that come to our office, that our only thing is to beg before they can eat. Like this family, that their only hope is to go out there to beg to eat. Like this young girl we empowered, their only hope, like this one, look at this young girl, their only hope is to come out there and beg. How would they survive? Look at this young girl. She's a widow. She lost her husband in December. Huh? So like these women now, look at, we have done so much to empower women, all different women. All right, I'm very, very passionate about women because through my work I got to find out that this is our school. Let me show you my school, man. Free school in Edo State. It's not easy. It's not easy, my people. Free international school as an individual. I am not a politician. I continue to repeat that. All right. Don't you think that a person, organization, forget who is supporting, a person who have been able to create an initiative to create a free school that will help Edo citizens, and the person whose job is to go online just to insult people, which one do you think a sensible governor will value more? I really think that the governor value Dion Osagie's work more than every other people making noise, including the SSAs. So I think that at this point the SSAs should think twice and join me on becoming the next governor of Edo State, because this fight is not to bring anyone down, but for all Edo people to get along. All right. Enobia, I salute you, man. I salute you. Salute you. Thank you, man. Thank you for believing in my dream. Thank you for believing in my dream, man. Not everybody do. All right. But when I look at all the dreams I've had actually coming to reality, I am challenged to dream more. You understand? Unless you have not had a dream that came into reality, then you may never understand the power of dreams. All right? Everybody can dream. When people try to tell you that, when you have a dream and people try to tell you that, no, that thing is too big for you, don't blame them. I don't blame people who see dreams are so big. I only sympathize with them because they do not believe in the power of their dreams. They don't believe in themselves. Because when you believe in people, and somebody say, I want to do this, or somebody say, I can fly. If you believe that you can fly, then it means that you will believe that person. If somebody tell you I can fly and you cannot fly, of course you're going to say the person cannot fly. So every one of us have different dreams. For those of you that believe in me, I want to say thank you so much for your continuous love and support. All right. All right, so let's keep going. Are you fighting for the people or you want to be government? Are you fighting for the people or you want to be the government? I am already the government, Omo Jesu. I am more concerned about the people. All right. Look at the case of the coronavirus that is going on now. Are you aware that many families will not be able to have access to health care? Are you aware that many families do not even have the emergency, so-called emergency number that you are to call in case symptoms occur? Are you aware that many families cannot take a public bus, cannot afford to take a public bus to the testing center? Are you aware that many families have this coronavirus symptom right now and they are trying to take paracetamol because they think it's normal fever? So much is wrong. So I need to find a way to lead my people in the right way. So to answer your question, I am fighting for the people. We have been fighting for the people, for equality, justice and all that. We have been doing that. My work is a government. My work is a form of government. What we do in Edo State for the past 7 years that we have been coming is a form of government. What is a government? A government is a body, or yes, it's a body that makes sure that the people suffer less. So if you are operating a system of organization that also serve as a government, you are a government. I am a governor. Governor Obaseki is a governor. What is a governor? A governor is the head of the said body who make things happen. The chief security officer of the state and the chief security officer to the people that run to us to help them out. What's the difference between me and the governor right now? The governor gets allocation for every project. We don't. We go and seek for it. So technically, my work is more difficult than being a governor. So when you say I cannot be a governor, when people say I cannot be a governor, it makes me angry. Because what we have done, our work, is more than being a governor. Because we go out there, we call on people who don't know us, come together, we make one change. We do it again, we make 2 change, we make 3 change, we make 4 change, we make 5 changes. It's a very difficult job. Just imagine if I have the money with me. The changes will be easier. So my work is technically already more than the governor. So we want to do the governorship because we want to have access to funding so that we can help our people. We want to focus on the basis. We want to focus on the basis, man. We want to create farms. We have Commissioner of Agriculture. Have you ever heard any initiative from him? Let's be realistic. Commissioners are just in their offices collecting money. We are not going to operate like that. If you are not going to work, then you can't work with us. We have various commissioners in Edo State. Let's use agriculture for example. Will it be wrong if the Commissioner of Agriculture in Edo State right now create an initiative, call it Edo Farms? There are so many lands in Oriomo. There are so many lands in Wonde. There are so many lands around Edo State. Edo Farms, big acres of land, build a kind of studio, apartment studio, 1-bedroom studio in there, maybe about 20 of it, where people can take shower, rest if they want to sleep in the farm, right? Create sections for every farm, fish farm, poultry, cassava. Bring young boys in. There are many passionate young boys who want to go into farming but don't have the resources. Fund them to work in the farm. At the end of the harvest period, they take a percentage, the state benefits. But they are not thinking, man. We have a Commission of Environment. There's trash everywhere in Ring Road. They are not aware that those pure water sachets, those jerry can for bottled water can serve as a recycling for the state. Can even make the state money. In 21st century, you wake up in the morning, you are driving around our city center, women will still carry broom, they sweep road. Is that the sign of APC? Okay, APC now broom. No wonder. In 21st century, you still see people taking broom to sweep a city center, broom. When we can easily buy 2 or 3 machine, it's not even more than 1.5 million. With all the drive, if they sell for abroad, or the driver and go to roll like this, it will roll within few minutes. They don't clean everywhere. They'll still use broom. Ah! My goodness. All right. Okay. Let's read from Mark. But before we go, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because I want to show you that a lot of persons will not be able to access the Edo State emergency number. They will not be able to access it. I mean, that's a fact. So we're going to call them to see how they're going to respond to us. The Edo State Foundation is personal finance, or do you seek financial support from the public at large? Jolly November, you should already know our work. Most persons that sponsor us is always displayed in our page. All right? We seek support from individuals. We have not received any support from any corporate since we started our organization. Every one of our work have been financed by people who know our work. We have a list of every person who donate to us. It's a God-sent family. We have a group for ourselves. So a lot of persons are there. You are welcome to be a member. All right? So when I see some persons who are like, oh, not be you they do the work we do, of course I cannot be the one. Even as we speak now, as big as Canada, as big as America, there are organizations seeking for help. You go online, you can see them. As I speak to you now, as good as America, Europe, and other parts of the world, there are organizations in Canada also telling you to come and support. Now you want to compare that to an Edo State. So persons will say, oh, if you do it with your money, I'm like, God, are you so stupid? Does the government work with their own money? The government you are praising. Does the government you are praising, hey, the government they try, are they working with their own money? No, it is your money, it is the state money. So a lot of persons are not informed, and we are very, very concerned about helping the youth think well. You know, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I don't pass a blame on the youth who think very, very backward, because it's all they know, man. It's all they know. They have lived in darkness for so long. Before Oshomole came to power, Edo State was like the worst village in Europe. Was better than Edo State. The worst village in Europe before Oshomole came was better than Edo State. Is a fact. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There's no village you go in Europe that there's no water. There's no village you go in Europe that there's no electricity. There's no village you go in Europe that you'll be seeing smelling gutters everywhere. There's none. So when you go to Edo State before Oshomole came, it was like a big village. So he was able to create initiative that opened the eyes of the people. The road became bigger, gutters and city center. You know, there was a water fountain and all that going on there. All right, that was coming from where they were before Oshomole was their king. oh, Shomole was too much. And it is the same thing today. Renovating old buildings and doing all these things. People are saying, it will trial. No, they are just doing their job. It's because that our people have been used for too long. They do not know that development can happen rapidly in 2 years. I believe that I can turn the city center into a real city center like the one we see in Europe. I believe it. I showed a picture the other day. I said I want to turn Edo State to this. I need to show you guys. Guys. I did a picture. I was like, I want to turn Edo State, Benin City, into a major city. A lot of persons do not believe it. What is it going to take for us to improve in the buildings we already have at Ring Road? If it's a private building, give them your specification, fix it up. First Bank, for example, can't First Bank power the Ring Road? Yes, First Bank. I told my people that I want to do this. What is this? So this is what I saw. I said I want to do this for Ring Road. I said I want to do this in Ring Road. Some persons did not believe it. This is so simple to do this at Ring Road. There are already buildings at Ring Road. All right, we make them renovate, improve in your buildings. First Bank alone a state government can make First Bank at Ring Road power up the whole Edo State as a corporate responsibility. First Bank have electricity 24/7 because of their banking system. Even when they are not there, their generator is working. It means that the government can negotiate with First Bank. Look, First Bank, you are doing business in Edo State. This is your city center. You are in the city center. We want you to light up all that area. They can do it. But who is thinking? All the businesses in Mission Road, look, the state is coming to improve this area. Either you move or you lose your shop. There are so many ways we can use to improve in just no time. But it is important for them to be 24 hours electricity in the heartbeat of our state. So it's a big challenge for me. One of the reasons I'm running. Okay, somebody asked me a question before. I didn't get it. The House of Rep has started taking delivery of Toyota Camry 2020 Monday. Acquired members of cars, otherwise called utility vehicles. Of course now, but people are not aware of that. All right, let's read further. Kodak Wire Youth, let's support Dion Osagie. I will really appreciate the support. If you can share the video, tell some persons about us. I think I'm a brand around the world. All right, I think I'm a brand around the world. I am so grateful for that I have one person in every city in the world. I have one person in every city in the world. There's no city, you can call the city now, anywhere you call in the world, I can tell you that who are not there. In every city, major city, let's not say every city, let's say every major city in the world. I'm so glad that I have a brother, a friend, a mother or a father there, that I know that when I come there, everywhere will be so still. Everywhere will be so still. So thank you for that. All right, let's keep going. Edison Odugbon Eri. Okay, no one asks you to go into charity. You choose it to do it. Don't complain. No, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, man. I will never complain, because I only complain because the pain I see in the eyes of the people I see every day. All right, so I'm not complaining, man. I hope you can support us soon. Do that. All right, let's read for that. Okay, Vinke Tomo Ola. Nigeria, do they know the meaning of governor? Nigeria government neglect their duties. Of course, Yinke, and it hurts so much. The people just see governors, commissioners, local government, ordinary local government chairmen that is classified as mayors. When you live in London, you see the mayor of your city walking in the train or in the bus with you. Hi, mayor. How was work today? Oh, work was fine, innit? When I was in London, the other day I was in East London around what's this area called? Pufflet. I was in Pufflet. I was shocked that my friend was telling me, this is our mayor. I was sitting next to the mayor. No security. Huh? Our people don't know the meaning of governor. Governor is to serve you. Alright? I explained this before, I will explain it again. A governor is like a gate man. You build your house and you hire a gate man to take care of your house. So when anything is missing, it is your job. You are the governor. You are as a citizen of Edo State, you are more superior than the governor. You have hired the governor. He may be the #1 citizen of the state, but you come first. All right, you come first, because the work of the governor is to protect you, is to make sure that you are living a normal life that should be afforded to everybody as a normal way of life. Electricity is a right. No, it's not a luxury. All right, making sure every child has education is not a luxury. All right, making sure your roads are good is not a luxury. It's a normal thing. Making sure the hospitals are well equipped is not a luxury. All right, it's what you are supposed to have. But when a governor do more than what you expect, then that becomes a very, very big luxury, something you never expect. All right, focus on the basics, guys. All right, let's read from Junior Camberia. What are your plans for Edo State College of Agriculture, Igoriaki? It's been closed down for 3 years. What are your plans for Edo State College of Agriculture? Okay, that's been. All right, I think in the whole of Edo State, as we speak, I think I am one of the few persons who is very concerned about the Igoriaki. If you are aware, I've already visited that place. I visited Igoriaki at the agricultural school there, and see that a state where more than 50% are hungry, we have a place where young people can learn how to farm. It's closed down, and yet we have a ministry that is supposed to handle agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture. I don't even know the name of the commissioner. I think maybe I will send him a letter soon. I will write a letter and send it to him, so to tell him his failures. All right, so we have a ministry that is supposed to deal on agriculture. They have not been able to open a place where youths who are so passionate about agriculture can go into, knowing fully well that young people in Edo State, their passion now, most young people in Edo State, their passion now is entertainment and agriculture and sports. Sports and where entertainment is under sports, so agriculture and sports. I have more than 20 proposals in my office where young men need just about 500,000 naira to start a fish pond. Even Blessing, that is working with me, Blessing English, she's a fish farmer. The Blessing that is working with me, she's a fish farmer. She has a small pond in her house. Imagine these young persons are given a loan from the government, soft loan, to people who are coming out from the College of Agric. We can have a short program. It doesn't have to be 4 years school, 2 years. We can have a short program on how to raise fishes, how to raise chickens, how to plant cassava. We can have a 6 months program. After 6 months, as they are coming out from there, we take them to an initiative that we are going to create called Edo Farms. We are going to have Edo Farms in one of these villages. Do you want to work? We'll take you there. We give you all the materials. If you want, you can live in a farm, because we're going to create a very, very secured area where people who want to become farmers can live. You can live inside your farm, get everything there. In the end of 4 months, you can raise a fish from day one. In 4 months, they will become this big. All right, so if a young person is able to raise 10,000 fish, and we say, you know what, because you were the one working with the fish, after we sell, we'll give you 30%. Do you know how happy many youth will be? Do you know how many jobs we will create? All right, so the state continue to hire persons who cannot think. All right, College of Agriculture, can't we create Edo Village Market? We can create Edo Village Market whereby we can go to the state government. It's a state government project whereby the state government can go into different villages, outskirts of villages, buy food and bring it to the city and sell at a very low price. You can do that once a week. That way, you can also encourage farmers in deep villages who cannot come to the city. Many farmers who live in villages cannot come to the city. They only farm to eat. So, but when the state creates a place where you know that a government government is coming today, or they're coming to buy all the things we have in the village, it's very possible. Bring it to the city, sell at a real price once a week. People have cheap food. Everybody is happy. Hunger is done. So we have many good initiatives that we think we can create to really, really help the people. The people are really suffering, man. It breaks my heart. That's the honest truth. All right, I think that's good enough. All right. Mary Chelsea, I see you there. Frank Etinosa, most village in Edo State is like a poultry in Europe. No, you are wrong. That's very, very wrong. Frank Etinosa, who said most village in Edo State is like a poultry in Europe. No, you are very, very wrong. There is no way the Europe government will put their own pets, chickens, in some kind of villages, even in some places in Benin City. Some houses people live in Benin City. There is no way that Europe government will put their chickens to live there. This is a fact. All zoo, not many zoo, all zoo, animals in every zoo in Europe have a better life than most Nigerians. It's a fact. Animals in most zoos in Europe, America have a better life. They are living better than most Nigerians. Why do I say this? Number one, they have 24 hours electricity. All zoos in Europe have 24 hours electricity. So the animals always have lights. They are chilling. Number two, all animals in Europe eat at least 3 or 4 times a day. They are not starves. They don't starve them. They do not starve any animal in Europe. The one in the zoo, you cannot starve them. Meanwhile, there are many people in Nigeria who are hungry every day. Animals in the zoo in Europe, America get frequent doctor treatment. Doctor come check them, give the injection. Are you aware that many people cannot access health care in Nigeria, in Edo State? Are you not aware of that? So you cannot compare a zoo in Europe to the standard of living of many Nigerians. It is better to live inside a zoo in Europe than to live in a 50 million naira house in Nigeria, where you have to listen to the sound of generator. Can't you hear it? There's one there, there's one there, there's every neighbor has a gen. Meanwhile, you're doing some zoo. Zoo is like a park now. People go there, take pictures and hang out. I've been to so many zoos. I've been to Toronto Zoo, I've been to Atlanta Zoo, I've been to a zoo in Austria, I've been to over 10 zoos around the world. And the worst zoo I ever been to is Ogba Zoo in Benin. I was there some days ago. I took some pictures there even. The worst zoo I ever been to is Ogba Zoo. It's terrible, man. Alright, let's go further. Okay, let's hear it from our brother, Human Right Osahon. You are making sense. They know all these things. Most of them travel out and see those things, but their greed will not allow them the better life of the people. Okay? We need both Nigerian revolution, Nigeria youth need. Of course, bro. Of course. It really hurts me, man. It really hurts me that a lot of these useless politicians, they travel out to see how things are happening, but they are only concerned about themselves. They just want to take it all, forgetting that the younger generation are coming up and looking up to us, and it's part of my challenge. To be honest with you, I do not really have any business in Nigeria politics. I do not really have. I think my life is okay. I think I'm very content. But every day when I sleep, I continue to think about what will I tell my children tomorrow, or what will I tell my younger generation that at some point we had an opportunity to speak up. At some point we had a chance to become the next governor. We did not do it to fix things. What we are facing today is because our parents did not act. Our parents failed us. We have to admit that. Our parents failed us. Our parents failed us big time, man. They did not join hands to fix the country. Buhari contested for governor presidency. How many times? The same person is the president today, who we are hearing rumors that he has been flown out of this country. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame that your own president, who's supposed to look after every citizen, flew out and they left you behind? To be honest, Nigeria is not worth dying for. Do your part and leave the rest. Nigeria is not worth dying for. I will not die for Nigeria. No, hell no. Hair to the no. I will not die for Nigeria because Nigeria have not done anything for me. Now, since I grew up like this, Nigeria have not done anything for me. Nigeria have not given me a credit card. Say go and spend this $2,000, pay us $15 every month. Nigeria have not done it. Nigeria have not created a system that will give me a car. Say okay, you are working, pay $200 every month, pay your insurance, and give you 5 years to pay it off. Nigeria don't know what's mortgage loan. So is that the country I want to die for? No, I don't want to die for Nigeria. I just want to help Nigeria to the best of my ability so that my conscience will be satisfied that I played my role. And I'm very, very thankful that my name has become a household name around the world. A God Sent Foundation is the biggest organization in the whole of South Nigeria. Our organization is the biggest non-profit organization with the proper accountability in the whole of South Nigeria. So if you are in Edo State and you claim you don't know me, that's on you, not me. That's on you. Alright? And if you are in Edo State, you are hating what we are doing, it's a big shame on you. Because most churches that are so big, they don't do what we do. Most big churches that are so, a church is like an organization. A church is under an NGO, is a category of an NGO. Just imagine if every church that is big do what we do on a daily basis. Imagine the amount of change that could be in Nigeria. Will it be wrong if churches have shelters for women? No. Alright bro, let's go on. Alright, let's read from Divine Blessed Mass. Any leader that can bring constant electricity, good road, will be the one I will support. Thank you. Alright. Vivian William, nobody is thinking, my brother. I hope with this coronavirus they will change. Of course, that's my hope. It's my hope too. It's my hope, Vivian. I was told Obaseki has coronavirus. I was told Edo State Speaker has coronavirus. Alright? Yes, they do. But Obaseki wrote a memo this morning that is still observing it. Well, I wish him good luck. I can't say because I want to unseat him, I should wish him bad. No, I can't do that. So I wish the governor good luck and a quick recovery. If you follow us enough, you will remember that in February or so, we did a peaceful rally. If you follow us enough, you remember that in February or so, this is the Speaker of Edo State and I. That's the Speaker of Edo State.